What's up, guys? I'm here to do chapter 346 of Fairy Tale review and last call for today. This is going to be my last video for today and possibly the entire week. Long story short, I was on a cruise, so I've been on vacation for quite a while, and therefore I'm just releasing uh, chapter reviews on the latest chapters, even though they have been released a while ago. And so today I'm going to do 346. Spoiler alert, I'm assuming you've read the chapter already, and so I'm going to be talking about it. So this week's chapter of Fairy Tale was released very recently, and not bad at all. I really felt that what happened here with Urza and Natsu becoming smaller again, it really shows the different types of magical abilities in the fairy tale universe, and it really shows that Urza is not that strong. And we learn that this magic is not really intended solely to make you smaller and younger again. That in turn happens to be just a side effect. The real purpose seems to be in order to sort of pretty much debilitate your powers and abilities. And so this is not some sort of ability done for fun or just in order to like make you younger. This is legitly a power slash ability in order to destroy your enemy or foe. And so we see the whole concept of the dark mage guilds coming up again, and we haven't seen the dark mage guilds for a while, and we saw like a sort of hierarchy when they were first introduced and a lot of mystery surrounding them, and then it was kind of forgotten. And so we don't really know exactly why they were bad. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was mentioned back when they were first introduced that it was because they were using forbidden techniques and doing illegal things. And I guess that means buying and selling illegal sorts of magic items and slash or engaging in illegal activities like maybe some sort of dark sorcery or maybe duels or killing or thieving or poaching, stuff like that. And so they are regarded as dark guilds by doing morally wrong things. And so we kind of see that again in the fact that um, these people, especially the new guy introduced in this chapter, this new dark guild member, they will go to any means possible to take down their foe. And we see that again, and we go back to the arc with Hades, and we see how he being in the Dark Guild has kind of fallen in a way. That was kind of how he was depicted. He had fallen and he had forgotten the light, and his sole purpose was simply to gather more power. And in order to do that, he wanted the dark book of Zerath to learn the ultimate dark spells. And what makes these spells dark? Possibly some sort of morally immoral way of using them. Maybe you need a blood human sacrifice. Who knows? And we do see Zerath himself kind of like he's. It seems like Zerath himself has sort of regretted his ways, and now he wants to change everything, but the the idea or avenue he wants to change it is kind of stunted and sort of like messed up, and it parallels again, spoiler alert, to what happens in Naruto. So it's very interesting, and I'm really interested to see what happens. I think it's not so much like we've seen with Natsu that he tries and uses his abilities, and he's surprised because his younger self at that age was still able to do much more than he's capable of right now. So it shows that this isn't just a like a youth sort of technique. It actually like destroys your abilities as well. And so Urza is debilitated. She can't use X-Quip well, and so is Natsu. And we still see Natsu being able to escape and stuff, but then we see this guy. He doesn't look like he's messing around at all. He looks very strong, and he's like, um, "I'm not playing around, boy. I'm a member of a dark guild. Let me show you what why we're not to be trifled with. You can't just escape from me that easily." And so I predict that this guy will be very strong, and Natsu will not be able to get away so quickly. Will he be able to fight him off? Most likely, but he will most likely use underhanded means. Now back to the three treasure hunters. Up until this chapter, I still had hope for them because um, there's still a lot. They were just introduced, and there's still a lot of vagueness involving them. But in this chapter, it seems to be clear that they are pretty darn, what's the word? Evil. Not exactly evil, but sort of, they have no morals. They're not really evil, but they're very selfish. And so you see them just going, announcing that they just want treasure, and that they will take anything that's in their way out of the way, and we see them slashing up the giants. And so that I've lost all hope for them. And again, in this chapter, it's shown how weak they are. They try and track or follow Lucy and Wendy, and they fail completely with a horrible disguise. So right now they have just become gag sort of weaklings, similar to Hercule in Dragon Ball Z. So they're kind of out of it. So no concern about them whatsoever. And I'm kind of surprised because they are technically part of the best treasure guild in all of the entire fairy tale universe, having won the treasure guild tournament as stated in the last chapter. And so my final thing is with Minerva. I believe that's what her name is. Yes, Minerva. She seems like a very good fit with a dark guild. It seems to make sense. I mean, she did not use any. She threw morals out the window in the Mage Guild tournament. I mean, that's all I have to say about that. If you remember what she did in that tournament, it's very befitting for her to join a dark guild. Her lack of morals and her pure evilness just goes along with that. Like she's not selfish like the treasure hunters. She's actually evil. And so we will see if these dark guild members are in fact evil, because I have a feeling that this guy with the scarf and the even crazier hardcore mouth behind the scarf, I feel like I don't think he's evil like Minerva. He's just part of a dark guild for other reasons. And then finally, we see Flare at the end with a new unknown symbol on top of her previous symbol, which I believe was Raventail. And so she's joined another guild. We don't know which. I'm kind of sad she did not join Fairy Tail, but it was her decision. And so she is helping them, but we know this girl is kind of crazy, so maybe this could be a dark guild that she's joined, and because she's kind of cuckoo and loopy, she's for the moment decided to help them, but maybe next chapter she's decided to go back and reveal that she's joined a dark guild, and that later on she'll be going against them. Who knows? So that's my review on the chapter. I thought it was a decent chapter. A lot of interesting plot points. One thing about Fairy Tail, which I kind of like, kind of don't, is that the pages are longer, which makes my reviews harder to do. But it's a lot more stuff, a lot more meat in the chapter compared to Bleach, where it's like 19 pages, and half of them are like barely any text or dialogue. So that's it. Overall rating out of 10, from 0 to 10, 10 being the best. Again, I can't give this one a numerical rating this week or a numerical range, because it's subjective and because of all the other manga I reviewed today, and it just wouldn't be fair to compare the two. So I'm just going to give it a very a thumbs up, and kind of sideways thumbs up, because it was decent, but it did not get me off of my seat. It definitely isn't like a standing ovation chapter, but it was a very decent chapter, and it did pass the time. So that's that. I'll see you guys later. Like, rate, comment, and as always, subscribe for more. It's completely free. This has been Will, and I'll see you guys later.